synopsis about the radiation hazard and radiation protection. Now we will go through the details about the radiation hazard and radiation protection. Radiation is the form of energy that propagates through the matter or space in the form of wave or particulate. Radiation is of two types: ionizing radiation, not have enough energy to produce ions. Non-ionizing has the ability to knock electrons off atoms. These are alpha radiation, beta radiation, photon radiation. In photon radiation, maybe it of gamma radiation or X-rays or neutron radiation and neutron radiation. So these are the types of radiation which can harm your body. Is mostly harmed by the non-ionizing radiation. But I am not saying that the ionizing, sorry, these are ionizing radiation, and then they just I put up wrongly. This is non-ionizing radiation. These are ionizing radiation. So, and these ionizing radiation harms your body more than ionizing radiation, because ionizing radiation also having the energy. When energy goes through your body, then it may lose energy and deposit in your body, but appearance may take longer time for ionizing radiation, non-ionizing radiation, because these radiation mostly are of low energy. So there is instant or more effect of ionizing radiation than non-ionizing radiation. So sources of ionizing radiation. What are the sources of ionizing radiation? The natural sources contribute 72% of ionizing radiation, and man-made sources contribute just only 18%. 18% radiation. Man-made radiation. What contributes to man-made radiation? Mainly used for medical usage. In medical usage and security purposes, we are using the ionizing radiation. Research purposes, we are using the ionizing radiation, and sterilization. For sterilization, also we are using ionizing radiation. These are the major sources of man-made sources of ionizing radiation. 83% source of man-made radiation is medical X-rays. Means in 18%, 83% source of man-made radiation is the exogenuclear medicine image. Means only 17% are contributed by the various sources like radiotherapy, like sterilization, like security. In security, these contributes only 17% of the man-made radiation. City in these 83%, more contribution is by the city examination alone. 49% of all medical exposure is done. 49% of all medical exposure is only by the city examination, whereas only 3% examination is done by the city examination. In total medical imaging, maximum contribution of examination is of general radiography. General radiography in means all whatever medical exposure we are using. From that, 49% is done by the city examination, whereas city examination only contributes 3% of the exposure, only 3% of the examination for diagnostic purpose. Rest 97% means rest 97% of examination only contribute 51% of the medical exposures. The ionizing radiation that comes from man-made source can be controlled and prevented, but there is little we can do for radiations that comes from natural source. What are the natural source which contributing radiation? We cannot prevent that, but we can protect ourselves. But there are various types. You or we also a source of radiation. These just see in this figure what are the natural source of radiation. These are the cosmic rays. This is the cosmic radiation. This is solar radiation. These are the whatever the carbon, yeah, whatever uh, airs in air, whatever molecules or atoms containing uh, and greenhouse effect gases may contribute source natural source of radiation. These are the some atoms, radioactive atoms present in the earth crust. The radon, uranium. These are the, and in our body, potassium 40. Potassium 40 is the major nuclei. It's which contributes inside radiation. Radiation, we live with natural radiation, cosmic radiation, radiation within our body, in food we eat, water we drink, house we live in, lawn, building materials, etc. Human body. In a human body, there are these 40, may various types of radioactive materials may present, but these are the commons. One is potassium 14, radon. 226, 228. These are the these are the common radioactive nuclei present in human body. These are the concentrations. So these are the, for a normal human, 70 kg weights having the point 1 millicurie curie activity of potassium 40, means 1 millicurie of radiation, zero point 0.1 millicurie of radiation they are emitting. So these are the maximum contribution by the radon, 8% by cosmic terrestrial radiation, 8%. Internal radiation, this contribute 18%. It contributes maximum after radon and medical exposure. That is, whatever radioactive materials in your body is present. Other is medical image, X-rays, nuclear medicine, consumer products, 3%, and other is less than 1%. Means these totals contribute 11 for 15, 89, below 20%. Is the man-made radiation, and 80%, about 80% is the natural source. These are the radiations. You are watching television, you are also getting radiation, 0.01 millisieverts per year. Air travel you are doing, round trip from DC, 0.05 millisieverts, and sorry, average annual exposure from breathing your radon gas, you are getting 2 millisieverts per year. These average exposures living in United States. These are data from the United States. So here, all the here is the medical exposure. Chest X-ray, one film. You are going for one examination, one film. That 0.1 millisieverts dose is contributed to you. Then here nuclear medicine thyroid scan, it is 0.14. Here maximum is for PET CT. It is 14 millisieverts, 14 millisieverts per exam. And after that, it is cardiac diagnostic. It is technetium. For in diagnostic, maximum radiation is used by the abdominal CT. It is 8 millisieverts. Modalities using both ionizing and ionizing, I have discussed it. Ionizing radiation, dangerous effects on human health. It changes chemical properties of body, resulting in cell death, deterministic, or by impairing cellular functions, resulting in development of cancer. This is the stochastic effects. The radiation hazard caused by the two types. Direct interaction and indirect interaction. Risk damage to cells or tissue from being exposed to any amount of radiation. ionizing radiation is known as radiation hazards. These are the types of effects. First is cell death, cell transitions in both antenatal. In both, it is antenatal. Cell death is a type of deterministic effect, and cell transition is stochastic effect. It is somatic clinical attributable in the exposed individual. Somatic hereditary. It also be somatic and hereditary. Types of effects. There are two types: deterministic effects, stochastic effects. Indeterministic effects. It is of two types: acute disorder and fatal disorder. Acute disorders is of acute radiation causes acute radiation syndromes, skin erythema, hair loss, hostility, etc. Acute radiation syndrome, bone marrow disorder, gastrointestinal tract disorders, and central nervous system disorder. All these are above 10 gray. Above 10 gray of radiation may cause the central nervous system disorders, and from 3 to 7. And from 3 to 10, it causes gastrointestinal tract disorders. Below that, may cause bone marrow disorders like this. But it is just a separation. It doesn't. This is not a boundary line that 3 gray cannot cause in gastrointestinal tract disorder. But it is the chances of probability. Next is skin erythema, hair loss, sterility, etc. These are the types of acute disorders. Fetal disorder, embryo fetal disorders, mental retardation, etc. These are the fetal disorders. These are the types of deterministic effects. Stochastic effect is due to summing that there is no threshold. Late onset disorder and hereditary effect. Late onset, it is cataract, glaucoma, and leukemia cancer. These are stochastic effect, but cataract and glaucoma, cataract nowadays included in deterministic effect. Previously it was included in deterministic effect, but now it is in stochastic effect. These are the graphs showing the threshold, which is required for the appearance of deterministic effect. This is the graph for stochastic effect, which do not require any threshold. It may occur at any points at any energy level. Deterministic effect mechanism is cell killing, has a threshold dose, deterministic in nature, severity increases with dose, occur only at high dosage, can be completely avoided, causal radiation, relationship between the radiation exposure and the effect, so to occur at the adequate dose. In the same fashion, stochastic effect is just for cell modification, not going to kill all the cells, but it is modifying the cell rather more. It have no threshold, probabilistic in nature. Probability increases with dose. Here also increases. Here severity increases. Occur at even at low doses. Cannot be completely avoided, because it can occur at any energy doses. So you cannot avoid it. Here, because it is deterministic, then you can avoid it. Here is causal relationship cannot be established at low doses, occurs only among the small percentage of dose exposed. These are the effects. Here see various types of color coding. Here is various type of color coding from above to lower, from white changes to the dark red one. Neurological impairments occur if any person getting dose more than 15 gray, and homeopathic pulmonary and intestinal impairment that one should be absence of treatment if any person getting a dose of 7.5 to 10 gray. So this is the table which shows that the severity, how severity increases with the radiation dose. This is the recommendation of AERB, IAEA. This is the syndrome. And generally, 1 to 5 gray dose may cause homeopathic syndrome. 6 to 10 dose gray may cause gastrointestinal, and greater than 10 cerebrovascular nerve, central nervous system damage may cause. Radiation protections, also known as radiological protection, is defined the protection of people from the harmful effect of exposure to ionizing radiation, and the means for achieving this exposure can be from a source of radiation external to the human body or due to internal irradiation caused by the investigation of radioactive contamination. Currently, there are different preventive measures recommended by the International Commission on Radiological Protection to reduce radiation effect. International Commission of Radiation Protection suggests general principles of radiation protection as three keywords: justification, optimization, and dosage. Justification means that the examination must be medically indicated and useful. Any decision that alters the radiation exposure situation should be more good than harm. Justification in radiological protection of patients is different from justification of other radiation applications. In the generally, the very same person enjoy the benefits and suffer of the risk associated with a procedure. Socratic questions for referring clinicians when considering imaging process. We must answer these questions. Has it been done already? If done already, then there is no requirement to repeat the examination because if examination will be repeated, then unnecessary dose will be given to the patient. Do I need it? If it is not needed, then we can avoid it. Do I need it now? If it is needed now, then do it yearly. If not needed, then we can redate it because most of the cases in the case of pregnancy or 10 days rules, we are applicable to examination delay to using for examination delay in case of pregnancy and other suspected pregnancy. In this, the best is this the best investigation? If it is not the best investigation, then we can try for the alternatives of these examinations, which may save patients from the unwanted radiation. Have I explained the problems? If you will not explain the problems appropriately for clinical investigation, then it may be wrongly interpreted by the clinician. The three level of justification in radiological practice in medicine. The proper use of radiation in medicine is accepted. A specified procedure with a specified objective is accepted. The application of the procedure of an individual patient should be justified. Optimization means that the imaging should be performed using the doses that are as low as reasonably achievable, consists with diagnostic task principles and standards. General principle of radiation protection based on ICRP recommendation 103 published in 2007. The likelihood of in occurring exposure, the number of people exposed, and magnitude of their individual doses should all be kept as low as reasonably achievable, keeping into account economic and social factors. The level of protection should be the best under the prevailing circumstances, maximizing the margin of the benefit over harm. In order to avoid severity inequitable outcome, there should be restriction on the dosage or risk of the individual from a particular source. Does the risk circumstances reference labels? One principle in individual related and apply in the planned exposure situation. Two level of optimization of radiological protection for patients in medicine. The design, appropriate selection and construction of equipment and installation, and day-to-day method of working. The basic aim of this optimization of protection is to adjust the protection measure for source of radiation in such a way that the net benefit is maximized. The optimization of protection in medical exposure does not necessarily mean the reduction of the dosage in the patients. Cardinal law rules of radiation protection. I have just discussed about it. This is the time how time is affected. If it is directly proportional, if time is increased, then dose will be decreased. That time is increased, then dose will be increased. Time decreased, then dose will be decreased directly. This is exponentially. Um, if you will maintain a distance, then it is inversely it is related exponentially. For shielding also, dose is exponentially related. Distance, maintain as much distance as possible because intensity is directly proportional to 1 upon distance squared. Shielding for diagnostic radiology usually consists of lead and sometimes concrete placing. Shielding materials between the radiation source and the person exposed reduces the level of exposure. The shielding is balls, protective glass, and protective apparel, etc. The amount of protective barrier needed to reduce the intensity of radiation can be estimated by the half value area, 10th value layer. These are the recommendations of the NCRP, National Commission of Radiation Protection, that 0.25 mm of lead equivalent thickness is required for lead gloves, bucky slot cover, a lead curtain, and glasses for it is 0.35 mm of PP. Here, 0.5 mm of lead is required for lead apron thickness, thyroid thickness, thyroid protective shield thickness, and overhead barriers. These are all for the secondary radiation, not for primary radiation. For primary radiation, the minimum thickness required will be the 1.5 mm of lead equivalent at 70 kV. Dose limit, the total dose to any individual should not exceed the appropriate limit recommended by the commission. Diagnostic reference level are already being used in medical diagnosis, planned exposure situation to indicate whether in routine condition the level of patient dose or administered actively from a specified imaging procedure are unusually high or low for that procedure. The commission distinguishes between three categories of exposure: occupational exposure, public exposure, and medical exposure of patients. Occupational exposure is defined as all radiation exposure of work incurred as a result of the work. The employer has the main responsibility for the protection of the workers. Employer has the responsibility for the protection of the worker. Here is the public exposure. All exposure of the public, other than the exposure, occupational exposure and medical exposure of the patient, comes under public exposure. It is occurred as a result of range of radiation sources. No justification for reducing the attention paid to the smaller but more readily controllable exposure to man-made sources. Exposure of the embryo and fetus of pregnant workers are considered and regulated as the public exposure. Embryo and fetus of the pregnant worker is considered and regulated as the public exposures. Medical exposure of patients, radiation exposure of the patients occurs in diagnostic, interventional, and therapeutic procedures. Medical use of radiation for patients are voluntary in nature, combined with the expectation of direct individual health benefits to the patient. This is voluntary in nature. If patients billing if there is no billing of patients for any examination, then he or she can refuse. Refuse. You cannot force them to for any medical examination or any medical exposures. Informed consent should be taken not only to expected benefit but also the potential risk. The information in informed consent varies from examination to examination, like where it is diagnostic or interventional or therapeutic. The exception, the exception to the concept of voluntary exposure in biomedical research, here voluntary exposure usually occurs to a social benefits rather than at the individual benefit. Here, for research purposes, if we are using voluntarily, then these are for social benefits, not for individual. Dose limit recommendation, there are the various types of the effective dose limit is 20 millisievert per year, but it should not be exceed 50 millisievert in any year for consecutive of 5 years. Means in 5 years, total 100 millisieverts effective dose is limiting dose recommended by the ICRP. Organ dose for lens eye. For lens of eye, previously it was 150 millisievert per year, but nowadays due to changing in the deterministic effect of effect for cataract, its dose also changes to from 150 millisieverts to 20 millisieverts per year, same like effective doses. It is for both, same for the public and for the radiation worker. For both, it is 20 millisievert per year. Next, bone marrow gonad uterus, it is 50 millisievert per year, and other organs like adrenal glands, bladder, brain, breast, small intestine, upper large intestine, kidney, liver, lung muscles, esophagus, pancreas, spleen, stomach, thymus. It is still 150 millisievert per year. Bone surface thyroid it is 300 millisievert per year. Ankle, feet, forearms, and skin it is 500 millisievert per year. For public dose limit is 10% of occupational dose limit. It is the 10% of the occupational dose limit. If suppose for this it is 20, then for this for public it is 1 millisievert. For effective dose is 1 millisievert. For rest of it is 10%. Evaluation of ICRP tissue betting factor. These are the betting factor, and these are the International Commission of Radiation Protection 1977. These occurs meeting on in 1990, and last meeting held in 2007. According to the Gonad's dose is limited to 0.08. It means the weightage of gonad radiation is given to 0.08%. If 80 milligray is given a dose to gonad, then we consider only 8%. Only 8% means 6.4%. 80 milligray given, that means for gonad we have to take only 8 into 8 is 0.64. It means 6.4 is milligray we will consider for gonad, and 12% for bone, lung for 12%, and breast for 12%, thyroid for it is same like just some recruitment are held on the basis of previous examination on the merit basis. Then in merit basis, how they calculated? They calculated suppose 70% they have to take for various things, and 30% weightage given for the interview. Then how 70% is calculated? In 70%, suppose you have done the uh, first division in 10th, then they will they will consider they will consider from 10th examination number what you have scored. They will took 25% of that, and 25% of 12th, then it 10th and 12 total comprises of 50%, and other 20% given for your experience based, 1 year experience, 2 year experience, 3 year experience. That is the criteria for selection they made. So here also we used to give weightage to different organs on the basis of their potential chances of harm. So these are the latest recommendation of the ICRP, which held in 2007. These are the regulatory or recommendation bodies of radiation protection and guidelines framing. First one is EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Headquarters of EPA is Washington, in United States, created by the recognition plan of this number 3 of 1970. This is next is Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Maryland, United States. Its headquarters. Another one is Department of Energy. Headquarters is Washington, United States. National Council on Radiation Protection headquarters is Maryland, United States. Next is International Commission on Radiological Protection, headquarters is Ottawa, Canada. International Atomic Energy Agency, headquarters is Vienna, Austria. Commission of the European Committee, in there are many centers of this commission inside the Europe. So there is no any fixed headquarters of this organization. All country members are actively participators in this organization. Next, Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, only regulatory body of India, which headquarters is situated in Mumbai. These are the steps establish and maintain radiation safety culture. From how you promote radiation safety. So promote individual and collective commitment to protection and safety of all levels of organization. Ensure a common understanding of the key aspects of safety culture within the organization. Provide the means by which the organization support individual and teams in carrying out their tasks safely and successfully, with account taken of the interaction between the individual and technology and the organization. Encourage the participation of worker and their representatives and other relevant persons in the development and implementation of policies, rules, and procedure dealing with the protection and the safety. Ensure accountability of organization and the individual at all levels of protection and safety. Encourage open communication with regards to protection safety within the organization and with relevant parties and as appropriate. Encourage a questioning and learning attitude. Questioning and learning attitude is a best way to gain knowledge. Discourage company compliance with regard to protection and safety. Provide the means by which the organization continually seeks to develop a strength and its safety cultures. In the last conclusion, radiation is everywhere around us and is largely misunderstood. While the danger of excessive radiation can be ethically dealt, with using the cardinal principle in radiation protection law, radiography is the step profession. So we can consider radiography as a step when we are using ethical way of radiation protection.